The recording is started.
All right, thank you. Now let's have a brief overview of the previous week and our next steps. So the week number 4 is over. That means that the following modules should be completed. Moreover, the following task that was completed during the previous week is going to be checked by the means of the cross-check. So the cross-check process will start in about an hour, and additional announcements will be posted to the Discord server. So the cross-check will be started, and to apply for the cross-check, you should submit the cross-check form to be able to participate in the whole process. All right, I guess that's everything regarding week number 4. We're going further with week number 5. Along with the cross-check, you are supposed to complete the following modules. And I would like also to emphasize the DevTools module. It doesn't require you to pass any kind of tests or tasks, but I guess it's necessary for you for further application development, and it could help you. It could be helpful in completing the next tasks during the course. So I would recommend to pay attention. I would like also to emphasize some comments regarding the cross-check. So during our previous webinars, I paid special attention to the requirements of the task, and I mentioned that during when I check the homeworks of your payers, I would say when you check the others application, please evaluate the task only based on the criteria from the task. If some of the issues are not not the major ones, or you have another opinion on how this or that particular functionality should be implemented, so please do not apply any penalties to the total score. Instead, you can just specify your thoughts in the comments section once you submit the cross-check review. If you're still not familiar with the cross-check process, so please pay attention to the following documentation in order to proceed with the cross-check. Okay, along with the current week, if you would like to go further to the next week, the week number 6 will contain 2 major tasks. So if you have time and possibility to go further, you can start implementing the next major task, which is markup 1. It's about shelter. So basically, this task is to implement the markup of the page based on the Figma designs. So during the week number 6, you will start with the week number 1 and going further and further. So this task is divided into multiple weeks. In general, if you are curious about the designs of your future task, so we can have a brief look but at the same time, this task is supposed to be started not in the current week, but in the next week. But still, if you have the possibility, you can start implementing in your free time. So, and it's how it's actually looks like. So the designs are, the link to the Figma is specified in the task requirements, and I guess it looks pretty cute to my mind. Okay. All right. I guess that's all the information I would like to highlight. So, Anna, Andrei, do you have anything else to highlight?
I would add something. For the week 6, we add the code bars task and test related to JS Basic. These tasks are added to the REST application. And the last thing, in case you totally disagree with the comments or score, you would be able to oh, I forgot the word.
You'll be able to appeal for this work in case if you don't agree. Yeah.
Yeah. And the rules related to appellation you will find in the REST documentation. That's all from my side.
All right, thank you. I guess we can move on with the questions. State, you raised the hand first, so please go ahead.
Hello. I have not finished yet the HTML CSS CV assignment, but you said that in an hour you will start cross-check assignments. Would that be a problem if I have not finished yet the task of week 4? I have not finished yet.
I good. For student who joined our course later, for instance, 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, please reach me in Discord and we will discuss the possibility how you may finish this task.
So can we make this task quickly and then also continue on the cross-check?
After the cross-check will be started, it would be impossible to pass it. But reach me in Discord and I provide you with the possibility how you may pass this task. In case if you join our course several weeks ago.
But
actually,
still,
I didn't. Actually,
Sorry,
I didn't join this. I didn't join this course several weeks ago. I joined it in a time, but I have not finished yet this task number 4. Week.
In this case, you fail this task.
Well, if you
so I have an hour just.
Yeah, if you my recommendation is if you have at least something which is implemented in the scope of the task, in order not to get 0 as the total score, you can submit what you have right now, and to get at least a half or at least a part of the total score.
I understand. Thank you so much.
All right, moving on. Well, excuse me if I pronounce your names in the wrong way. Lion. I'm not sure, so please.
Yes, thank you for giving me a chance. I have similar issue as Isid asked it. I just finished a markdown task right now, and I'm trying to start a task which is CV, HTML, and CSS and Git basics, but in the deadline, it says 1st of May, and that's why I didn't hurry at first. But right now you say you have just 1 hour, which means I failed this task, right? I didn't start this task. I mean this CV task, which means I failed this one, right? Even
Well, you still have time before the cross check is started, but during our previous webinar, we highlight every time we highlight which modules should be which task should be completed during the current week. So please pay attention to the roadmap of the current course, because well, if some let's say if some of the assignments don't have any strict deadlines, it doesn't mean that you may postpone this or that task. We strictly recommend to do everything in time, because because each new module, each new week is supposed to give you new assignments, new tasks, and you will physically not be able to complete everything. So so please complete all the assignments in time. So if this or that particular week states that the following modules should be completed, so please complete these tasks and these modules during the current week.
But please just change the deadline. If there is a strict deadline, just give it a kind of mentioning. I see there is deadline only 1st of May, and that's why I just didn't try to finish it in a time. And what will be the result if I fail another one task? I will be kicked out of this course. Is that right?
Well, if you were not able to complete, let's say, only one task, it's not a big problem. So, well, as for the criteria or like reasons of why you would be expelled from the course, so we mentioned it during our introductory meeting. In case if you missed it, so please pay attention and refer to the recording. But if you missed only one task, that's not a big problem.
Okay, thank you for your answers.
And one more thing related to deadlines. As we mentioned many times, the deadline, currently the deadline is 1st of May. It was done for the student who joined our course a bit later. So it's just for student who miss very first selection or join us several weeks ago. But by the way, you should follow the deadline that you see in your screen in the program. Thank you.
Thank you for clarifying. So, Lan, did I answer your question? But anyway, please don't. If you haven't coped with only one task, so please don't be upset, and we recommend to move forward with the rest of assignments.
Yeah, thank you very much. You answered my all questions. I will try to be in a hurry after that case, and I will try to do my best.
Okay, moving on. Alex, I see you raised the hand.
Yeah. Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. I actually have a couple of questions. So will we have time? Is that okay, or it's just like one question per person? How?
We have time, so you can ask questions or any.
All right, thanks. So first, that's a question about Figma. So I'm not sure I understand that correctly. So we're going to use it only to like see the basically like the blueprints of a website, or should we deploy our website on Figma and others, will cross-check it, or we can deploy it on GitHub or any other website?
Well, if you're asking about where you can deploy the final version of the app, so first of all, you need to know that Figma is not about the deployment of the app. So this is the
Okay.
designing tool that is used by front-end developers to define the proper styles for the markups. So you can have a brief look at the video course about the Figma, where you can learn how to manipulate the elements that are situated in the web designs, how to do to have an access to the CSS styles that are defined to the following elements and so on. If you are looking for the service that could enable you to deploy your application, you can use any of them.
Yeah, that's
case if
yeah, I understand that. Okay. I've seen the course, but I mean those videos about Figma. It just I couldn't figure out that it's just like a blueprint, or you can deploy it there, and other people will see it and basically like comment on it, give you marks or whatever. Yeah, I get it. Thanks. The second question is, I think what's the next week? There's a JavaScript part 3, and there's a JavaScript course in Free Code Camp. So basically, do we have to follow this course, finish it, and will you check for a certificate, or it's just optional? I mean, we can do it. It's all up to us, or we have to provide a certificate because this course is quite long. Yeah.
Well,
yeah, there's online course, basic JavaScript.
Yeah, well, actually, you're not supposed to provide any of certificates, but you need to complete all the assignments of the current week. So you're supposed to pass the test about the JS Basics Part 3, and the questions are based on the materials that are provided on the following module.
Okay, all right, thank you. Another question, about the code wars. So basically, are we allowed to discuss the tasks about the code wars in our group? So basically, if I have a problem, I can solve something. So is that okay if I will ask people in Discord, like, hey, that's this task, anybody knows how to solve it, any ideas? Is that okay, or we should work separately? And yeah.
Well, I would say it's okay if you ask someone about the part of the functionality, but not about the whole solution. Let's say you're solving the code wars task. You have a problem with, let's say, property destruction, one of the features of the ES6. And you're asking, hey, I don't have any idea what's going on in this piece of code. And you can ask it about it in the chat or in a group, but it's not okay if you will ask about how to solve this or that particular kata on code words.
Okay, got it. And I think in the introduction course you've mentioned about like solving the problems, specifically like code wars, and that we shouldn't copy the solutions and things like that. So how can you what's the criteria? Because let's say I had this task, is it a palindrome? So basically I solved it using like my own way. Basically, I passed the test in my VS Code. I passed the test, but when I press this submit, it throws an error. So basically, in the code wars, the test is passed, but when you submit it, it's an error. So basically after that, I had to look for like, other solutions, and somehow I came up with a for loop. So basically I solved it. But if you ask me, in a week's time, how did I do it? I just wouldn't be able to tell you. It's just I just did it. It's like, is it going to work? Is it not going to work? Let's try this. Let's try that. Oh, it works. Cool. I'm going to post it. So is that okay?
Yeah, that's currently okay. And you should know
Oh,
that
all right.
on the code wars, there are two buttons. First of them is test, and
Yeah.
the button which is called submit. You should know that by hitting the test button, the only limited set of tests are executed under your solution.
Okay.
And when you press the submit button, some other random tests are run over your code. So that's why when you tested your code, there is the possibility that it could fail once you hit the submit button because of the random set of the tests. So you need to figure out what's wrong with your current solution and to make any adjustments to it.
All right. Okay. Thank you. And with the submitting the code wars. So how exactly we should submit them in the apps, but like all at once, or we can do it partially, because I'm not really sure how it works.
Well, you need just to uh, uh, well, please correct me if I'm wrong. The last time when we perform the code wars tasks, we just provide the code wars username, and it's
Kyle,
like
could you
checks
please
automatically.
open the Codevars task? I mean, in the course. Any
Okay.
Codevars, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
And no, please scroll up and click
Oh,
how to
okay.
submit.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll look through it. All right. Thank you. There's another thing is with the shelter week. So is it allowed to use a bootstrap or like any other CSS? So just pure
No,
CSS. And
just your own CSS solution. No, any UI frameworks are not allowed.
Okay. And about the JavaScript. So it should be just a pure HTML and CSS, right? Is that correct? Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And I have the last thing, one last thing about the mentor. So I understand that after like what and the first stage, you will assign the mentors to like a certain amount of people. So how what's the amount of these people? Do I have any chances? So now basically I'm like 69. Do I have to like work even harder just to get into that amount of lucky ones, or if there's no chance, I can just finish the course at my own pace, not thinking about the scores, and just like study.
Do we have some statistics about how many mentors do we have for the course and how many students? Because let's say at the beginning of the stage number 2, you're not just automatically assigned to a random mentor. You're supposed to pass the technical screening with your new interview,
Oh,
and
okay.
it doesn't guarantee that you will obtain a new mentor. So you need to process with the technical sort of a technical interview, because the final decision is made by a mentor who was interviewing you.
Okay, all right. And with these interviews, is there like any specific questions, tasks we have to be prepared for, or you don't say anything about how to prepare for the interview?
Well, let's say all the questions, all the possible questions of the interview are more or less covered by the materials that are passed during the stage number 1. So if you want to prepare to the interview, first you need to revise all the materials that are passed during the stage number 1 and practice in solving practical coding tasks. Let's say via, for example, to practice it via Code Wars itself. But by practicing, I don't mean completing the assignments related to the Code Wars. You can just solve some random tasks by yourself to prepare for the interview.
Okay, and how would you how many hours a week, would you recommend of basically studying, not just the course, but basically like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript? What is that, like the minimum or the preferred amount of hours, to get to a level that I would be basically competent, for the interview?
Well, it's not about how much time will you spend. It's about whether you was able to complete all the assignments and gain the knowledge about the materials that are presented. So if you are like asking about recommendations on how much time would you like it's recommended to spend, well, for the practical tasks, I would say 1+ kata a day if you want to practice on your own during the preparation for the interview. And as for the like theoretical knowledge, it's mostly depends on your free time. So there are no any criteria.
All right. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Chair, for the set of the question. So, and well, actually, I have to drop off in a minute because of the project meetings. So, Anna, if you could please so kind and proceed with the Q&A session, so it will be grateful. Thank you so much.
Julia?
Hello, I'm Julia from Poland. First of all, thank you very much for your work. This course is very interesting, fruitful, and useful. So I have one question. Could you please clarify one moment? In our code vars task, we can see that we should get 15 points, 50 points for the task, but in our schedule, I see that we should get 100 points. Will you refill this task, or it's a mistake in schedule? Thank you.
Seems it's my mistake. Yeah, I will update it. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much.
And Naka.
Hello.
Hello.
I have one question about this CV. We had there one section where we should write a code example. So I uploaded by picture. It will be problem or not?
I guess no.
Okay, that's all. Thank you.
And by pay attention that in future you may use this CV for real customers. Our student provides this CV when they are looking for a job.
Yes. My code example was written in React, so it was not readable in HTML format. That's why I uploaded the picture.
It's okay, but frankly speaking, it's better to use the appropriate tag. But for current case, it's okay.
Okay, I understand. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Guys, do you have any questions? Seems no. Okay, and I will start the cross check in 30 minutes, so you have time to submit your task. And if you have no any question, I wish you a good week and see you next time. Bye bye.
Thank you. See you
Bye.
later.
Thank you.
Thank you.